Happy Thanksgiving Eve. And we walk into week number 13. Lots of question marks. Do you trust Bucky? Maybe on a limited snap count, getting the Chris Godwin treatment we're hearing. But we've heard that before, and it's gone a whole different way. One that you would regret if you put Bucky on the bench. We've also seen it go the other way, where a player goes out there, we start them because they're Bucky, and they don't end up delivering. So we got some dilemmas. We got a lot of news to break down. A couple of you are questioning whether the show is happening today. And I asked myself, did something happen? Like, is the internet down? I mean, we'll go live. We probably won't go live at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow and Christmas are the 2 days we don't really go live at 8 p.m. However, we're still going live graveyard style. And today is just a normal day. So the Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on and appreciate every one of you being here.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday, but maybe Thanksgiving and Christmas, I guess. But we're here to talk about Bucky. Bucky did a little interview here, and boy, he sounds good. All the people freaking out about Bucky. You know, oh, there's so much going on. The Bucky's struggling with something, and it's going to break real soon. I'm not at liberty to say. All these fake news aggregates and fake Twitter pages. Oh, I'm real connected. I'm such a connected person. I can't break the news yet. I can't. Where's my breaking news? Breaking news. There's something coming out on Bucky that I'm not at liberty to say because I'm this, faceless Instagram or Twitter page where I pretend I'm a connected person, and I'm not at liberty to say. I'm so connected. I'm so moral. I'm going to hold this information back because I heard someone else say the same thing. All of a sudden, Bucky's good to go. Practices in full today.
Get Buckied. 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 Oh, Bucky.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Mom, Dad for having me on that brisk, middle of that brisk walk on that Saturday evening. Unplanned. I want to thank Bucky's mom as well. Bucky, everybody else out there. There is a chance Bucky is limited. That's what's being reported. I don't know what that's going to entail. I wish I did. The dilemma for a lot of you is, do I start so-and-so or Bucky? I can see it now. We're going to have it littered in the questions tonight, which is understandable. I'm not mad about it. But it's going to be a tough situation. And there's no good answer here, I'll tell you right up front. So you're going to have to risk the biscuit. You're going to have to be okay with the risk if you put Bucky out there as a flex player. Now, you might be debating your flex play where Bucky's going in versus like the running back 1 or 2, but there's certainly a debate to be had. I mean, he could take 10 carries and take, one of them house 70 yards down the field, and you're just wishing you put him in. Keep in mind what some running backs can do with 12, 9, 10 carries. I mean, look what Gibbs did the other day. Look what Hendy did with 14 carries with 2 50-yard touchdown runs, one 69 yards, the other 50, whatever it was. So anything's possible. But we'll break it all down. We'll answer some Bucky questions, and we might have had some gifted memberships earlier. Let me just check real quickly. Gifted memberships, I think we did. We have 5 gifted from Wheel Snipe. Selly back in the building. Selly, we haven't seen your beautiful mug in a while, my boy.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Wheel Snipe Selly in the hizzy. Wheel Snipe, we're glad to have you back, my boy. Bucky's back, and we'll break it all down. Here's what Buck's OC described as his workload. comparing Bucky Irving's potential workload in Week 13 against the Cardinals to do that of Chris Godwin in Week 12. And I don't know that Godwin was really barely used, but I don't know that we can really say that that means he's getting 2 or 3 carries. I don't know. I'm starting Bucky in a handful of places, but there are a couple scenarios where Bucky's not going in the lineup, but those are in spots where I've got a really good option, So we'll break that down one by one, case by case with what you guys got going on. But Bucky Irving, for those that don't know, here is the schedule. The games tomorrow: Green Bay at Detroit's your early game. KC at Dallas is your 2:30 p.m. West Coast time anyway. That would be 5:30, 3:30, 4:30. Oh, 4:30. 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And then the Bengals at Baltimore. That's your 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 6:20 p.m. AZ time at least. I forget what is it West Coast? 5? What is it? 5? Would that be 5:20? Chicago and Philly on Friday. Don't forget that Friday game that sneaks in there. And then we got a lot of dilemmas with Barkley with the groin injury. We've got, Devontae Smith. Is he good to go? We'll read some more news here in a second and get to that. And then you've got this slate of morning and afternoon games. Still a lot of them. And then the Denver-Washington evening game. And then the New York Giants and New England Patriots Hendy house call Monday night. That's when you'll see 3-Eye Hendy traveling, as we've talked about on the show a lot. 3-Eye Hendy traveling across toward Jupiter, which is where 3-Eye Atlas is actually headed, but we're renaming it 3-Eye Hendy, and it's a marvelous sight. Get your binoculars out. Rashee Rice removed from the injury report. That's music to my mother freaking ears, and I do believe we're going to see the Chiefs get back on track.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Going to be glory. It's going to be glory, I tell you. This right here, Josh Jacobs, more music to everyone's ears. Knee removed from the injury report, will play Week 13. Manuel Wilson should not be dropped because of the value he has if something is to happen, if there's some sort of relapse. This is more music to my ears. Who's this man? This is Rico motherfreaking Dowdle, who said that he posted this emoji. Remember when we drew it on the board? I told you all, I don't know what this emoji represents necessarily. People use it in all sorts of contexts, but it was one of these. And he basically explains why he did it. He posted that emoji, just that emoji, and that emoji alone. There it is. You can see it on X. And Rico said this about posting that emoji in frustration, that he felt he could have had more run success against the Niners because they weren't stacking the box. He said Canales addressed the play calling with the team, and he said he needed to run more, and Dowdle was satisfied with that message from Canales, and he said that he appreciated Canales being accountable. So it sounds like Rico's going to get the ball. And let me just tell you this right now. I see your $20 hauler, Carolina. I appreciate you dropping that. I'll get to you guys' super chats in 1 second with the $20 haulers getting immediate attention. I don't know if you guys know the translation of this image, this emoji, but I looked it up, and it means Rico revenge game is what that means. Rico, drop the emoji. You know what to do. This is now Rico's emoji moving forward. You want to drop a Rico emoji? You drop this emoji. You drop any other Rico emoji, which I believe we have in the live chat now. I believe we have a Rico emoji. I put it up. It should be available. I want everybody to drop the brand new Rico emoji, which is right. Where the hell is it? I thought I added it, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Where's my Rico emoji? Somebody drop it and show everybody what it is. Here it is. Here it is. That emoji. Drop that brand new Rico emoji, but also drop this one. And for those that don't have the exclusive memberships, drop it. It means revenge game Rico.
Let him cook.
Also, I want everyone to understand something about Uncle Rico. Whoa. I'm sorry. Whoa. Rico Dowdle, for those that don't know, I just erased it. Rico Dowdle, for those that don't know, got 6 carries in that game. And everybody says, oh, Chuba's back, right? No, this wasn't really the case. Chuba had 3 carries. Chuba had 3 carries. Rico had 6. I'm not saying that you extrapolate that out. You don't want it to look like this. You don't want it to look like, you don't want it to look like 18 and 9. You don't want it to be this divided. But for people to start saying that this divide happened just because they saw Chuba on the field, this is not something that should be alarming. 3 receptions. And even though I think it was 4 receptions for Chuba and 4 for Rico, Rico tied with Chuba the team lead reception total for the game, and I believe it was 34 yards receiving. I think Rico had the most receiving yards out of all wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, everyone on the team. He was the number 1 receiver on the game. So 6 carries, 4 receptions, 10 total touches, but still was the volume king in a game where they didn't use the running backs. I think that's the weird takeaway that no one's talking about with Rico. Rico's a fantastic player to have right now. And if you can trade in a grandma league somewhere and, the trade deadline hasn't passed yet, Rico Dowdle is still one of the very, 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 very amazing buy low players walking into the remaining part of the season. And if you have him and you're thinking about benching him because of the 6 carries, I urge you not to, because he could potentially be a top 6 to 10 running back going forward. He's hungry. He's upset. His emoji's out there. He's claimed it. His coach knows this is how he feels. His coach knows that Rico revenge game is in motion, and he's going to cook.
Let him cook.
Matchups be damned. Matchups be damned. I don't care, Smitty, but his matchup's really tough. I don't know if Rico can do it, Smitty. Should I bench him for a scrub that I have on my roster? This Carolina Rams matchup slightly below the middle of the screen right here. It's not something that should have you. Let me make this so you can see. There you go. This one right here. Rams at Carolina Panthers. It's not something that you should be so worried about that you're putting Rico not even in your running back 2 or flex spot. Okay, maybe you do have a couple options that are nice, maybe nicer than running back 1, Rico Dowdle slotting. I get that. But you're telling me you've got options at flex that are better than Rico Dowdle, even in a tough matchup? I don't think so. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
You've just
Dowdle doing it live. All right, let's put Dowdle over here. Don't Dowdle. I'm telling you. Don't Dowdle this guy either. I know a lot of you are upset at him. I get it. I understand it. It makes sense, but I'm telling you, has no injury designation after 3rd injury in 3 weeks. I get it. But here's the deal with Lamar. Lamar's either going to disappoint you. Granted, that option is on the table. It's certainly a possibility. Thank you, Apex. I appreciate you dropping that message. He's either going to disappoint you. Maybe there's a 30% chance of that. Maybe. Or the remaining percentage of that, 70%, he's going to explode. And I get that 38% exists. I'm not trying to pretend it doesn't. He could go out there and have one more mediocre game before he goes on his tear. If he has a QB 9 game or QB 10 game, do you think I'm going to come in here and say, never mind, let's get rid of him or let's bench him? No, I'm not. Because he is trying to get healthy. This matchup is pretty decent. And it's a spotlight game. And while we don't like Thursday games traditionally, this is different. This is Thanksgiving. This is Turkey Day. This is Motivation Day. This is a spotlight game. This is the last game of the evening. Could it be some sort of game we didn't expect? Some defensive situation where, like, how are the freaking Bengals playing such good defense? They did last week. But this is definitely going to be one of those, I believe, shootouts between a Joe Burrow smoking cigars and a Lamar Jackson running speedy rips down the field, getting 2-3 passing touchdowns to go with his 50-plus rushing yards. I know, and he may be still limited running. Maybe he has very little rushing and he just throws 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think Lamar's going to bounce back. The moment he has a 3 or 4 touchdown game, everyone's going to say Lamar's back. Lamar's back. They're not going to question it. They're not going to ask where he's been. They're just going to resort right back to, I believe in Lamar. That's the unfortunate part about this game. We play fantasy football where it's like everybody says this and that. Like, hey, this guy is amazing. He has one bad game. Now he's trash. Look at J-Mo as an example. J-Mo had 100 and touch now because he did throw a stinker up on the board when they didn't really need to throw to him because Gibbs was ripping him off like crazy. Then all of a sudden, now J-Mo sucks. Nobody wants J-Mo in their lineup. Well, I have a feeling J-Mo's going to have another big week. And those that sit him for some trash rotational option that's been popping off, but it's a trash option, you're going to be greatly mistaken and upset at yourself if you put J-Mo on the bench. So we're definitely going to be probably talking about Lamar a lot next week, and it could be good or it could be bad, but I think he's definitely going to be a hot topic, whether it's good or bad based on this situation. All right, here's another new piece of news. CJ Stroud, full participant in practice. This is good news, maybe. Maybe Nico's been doing pretty good. That's the good news, though, about Nico is he's baked into having some good production almost no matter what, given his situation. But, you know, whether someone trusts Stroud in that situation anymore, I don't know. But that's just news we got to report. Gino apologizing for giving the bird to Raider fans, his own fan base. He's running off the field, getting booed, and he flips off his own fan base. What a disaster this is. Hopefully Gino goes out there and, I don't know. He's definitely written back, but maybe he doesn't write back for another game or two again. Maybe this changing of the OC and play calling does something special. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't believe that you bring in a new OC and he rinses and repeats not using Bowers and Genty to the full extent. That would just be the weirdest way to start your job off, taking over, and then you just say, yeah, what did he do? What did the former guy do? Okay, don't use Bowers, don't use Genty. Got it. I just think it's going to be the anti game plan that we've been seeing. It has to be. That's just the way it works, right? Logic tells you they're going to switch it up. And as bad as Geno Smith is, you know he can at least throw and spoon feed Bowers enough that Bowers can produce. Geno's no world star. Let's not make any mistake about it. But he's certainly somebody that can spoon feed Bowers. Genty's certainly somebody that could get the rock, even if he's potentially having low yards per carry for 5 straight carries. He gets in a rhythm. All he needs is consistency so he can break off that 60-yard run, that 60-yard catch. I believe that the stock is on the rise for both Bowers and Genty. I just can't see a world where you take over as a play caller, you don't fix those two things at least to give yourself a shot at staying in the position. Isaiah Pacheco is back, according to Ian Rappaport. What's that mean for Hunt and Pacheco himself? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine walking into game 1 of Pacheco's return. My guess is he'll be limited but useful. And I think, we'll still see Hunt probably at and around the goal line. But we'll see if Hunt's healthy because he's been banged up. George Pickens, calf, and knee removed from the injury report. That's fantastic news because we were worried about it.
Mashed potatoes!
Only because there were 2 injuries. So we thought to ourselves, maybe this could be a big deal. Maybe not. Maybe we'll hear about this. And so it's fantastic news. What's this? What's a dog toy doing in my office? What the hell is this? Yeah, but what I feel is like this paper sound near my feet, and I look down. Looks like somebody's been in the studio. George Pickens, fantastic news.
Stock on the rise.
Continues to go on the rise. This guy's an amazing, amazing player. We do need a George Pickens emoji. Do I not have one on there? I feel like we have one, or we had one and it got bumped or something. I guess it. Yeah. Who do we replace? We got to get rid of somebody. Do we get rid of Neighbors for now while he heals? Do we get rid of do we get rid of Hampton while he's regaining his glory? Do we get rid of you can't get rid of, we're not getting rid of JSN. We're not getting rid of Lamb. I don't care what anybody says. We could maybe get rid of, I don't know. It's going to probably have to be Neighbors Hampton or Genty or Kyron. It's got to be one of those guys to be removed. And we love Kyron. What's that? That's what's the green square? What in the bro? Get rid of Kruger. Does everybody want to get rid of Kruger? I don't know, bro. I don't think we're getting rid of Kruger. Do we have Saquon? Is Saquon there? Do we have Saquon? I think we got rid of Saquon, didn't we? I don't know. I don't think Saquon's still there, bro. I don't think Saquon's there. Hell no, Kruger's awesome. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Getting rid of Kruger. Out of your mind. Neighbors for right now? I don't know. I mean, I love Kyron and I love Genty and I love Hampton, but one of them's got to go for Pickens for right now. We just got to vote on it, I guess. George Pickens removed from the Week 13 injury report entirely, which is fantastic news. Xavier Worthy removed from the injury report Week 13, which is great news. J.J. McCarthy, who's that? What's he have to do with anything? Kevin O'Connell said J.J. McCarthy concussion will participate in a limited portion of practice. Why? Why is 9 even? I mean, how many lives does this guy have? 9? Like, what are we doing? Marvin Harrison Jr. appendicitis resumes practice on Wednesday. This is going to be an interesting one to monitor. Of course, we have more days, but we got 6 teams playing tomorrow, so you got to make calls. It's a tough one. No one's saying any of us have complete and utter locked in and secure answers right now. Walking into this situation. Do I have another dog toy down here? What in the hell is going on here? I got so many things at my feet that have that like paper sound inside the dog toy. Got all these things on my floor. Jaden Reed did not get activated with the foot and shoulder from injured reserve. It'll be some time. This is another guy you don't anticipate seeing at all this year. They may run him out there in the final week or two to maybe get trade value, but that's the only thing that could make me be wrong on the fact that he's probably never going to play a snap for the Niners again, unless they're trying to just say, hey, go out there in week 18, show them you're healthy. Like that. That's what they did with Debo last year. They used Debo all over the place. But knowing Ayuk, he'd mad dog it so he could get released. Like, he's such a manipulator with this situation. We've got this right here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up the remaining part of this news. We've got hold on. Let me just read off everything that I see. J.C. Horn, concussion, did not participate Wednesday. Devin Neal popped up with an ankle injury. They got Audric Estime, and then obviously Kamara's hurt. So we'll have to watch Devin Neal, a very hot topic player that people picked up, and now we don't know what's going on there. Kenneth Walker, glute, limited Wednesday. A lot of limited plays. We can't really make a lot of determinations. We're going to know a little more tomorrow, but we're going to have to make a lot of calls with the 6 teams playing tomorrow, probably without the right information, because we're probably not going to get Barkley. We might, because it's a Friday game, so we might hear tomorrow, but we'll be hearing enough time for the games and have decision-making capabilities, while turkey's being cut. I don't know. So you're going to have to make some calls. We'll probably make a lot of calls on the Graveyard Show and tonight. Saquon Barkley, groin limited. Devontae Smith, chest, illness, and shoulder did not participate Wednesday. That's not looking good right now. Tesla, questionable for week 13. That's not looking good for him. Brock Wright, neck, ruled out for week 13 against the Packers, which is a huge blow. Sam Laporta sidelined. Brock Wright sidelined. And then Tesla, you're like, okay, maybe Tesla gets some run. Now Tesla is not practicing, but if Tesla does play, there's some upside there. But we'll have more on that. And Njoku limited Wednesday with the knee. Pinheiro hamstring, did not participate Wednesday for the Niners. Michael Mayer ankle, did not participate Wednesday. Let's get him out of the picture because we want all Brock Bowers anyway. Trey Tucker, limited Wednesday. Marion Hampton, ankle, was limited Wednesday. We still don't know fully on Hampton, so hang tight on that. It says the Chargers designated Hampton to return from injured reserve this week, and it starts out practicing in limited capacity. Hampton said he was dealing with a fractured left ankle and is waiting for doctors to clear him. Vidal has been the lead back. In the meantime, the Chargers get a plus matchup against the Raiders in Week 13. It will be difficult to keep Hampton on fantasy benches if he indeed is activated Sunday. This coming from NBC Sports. I don't know what to make of this yet. I just know that he doesn't look fully healthy yet. You know, he's still trying to get his feet under him, still trying to build up muscle from the atrophy that was that transpired by sitting out. But could he play some? Could it be like Bucky where they're both out there 8 carries? It possibly could happen. We'll have to just monitor the hell out of that situation. But if you've got one of the 6 teams playing on Turkey Day tomorrow, you have a player in those games that's safer, you might have to roll that way. Golden wrist, questionable Week 13. Okonkwo foot, limited Wednesday. A.O. Manor was limited Wednesday. Brian Thomas Jr., who's that? Was limited Wednesday. I don't even know what the hell's going on with him at all. We have no clue what's really going on with BTJ. MHJ, we felt that way too, but it seems like MHJ is, trending in the right direction right now. Darren Waller, pectoral, limited Wednesday. Of course he is. He was on injured reserve for over 4 weeks. Waller has a chance to play this weekend. That's what it's being spoken about, a chance. Waddle, limited on Wednesday. Jalen Lane for the Commanders, limited on Wednesday. Again, there's so many things we will not be able to determine. It's Wednesday. Wednesday's usually like this. Terry McLaurin, quad, limited on Wednesday. No one practices in full on Wednesday except Brock Bowers.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Brock Bowers. Alvin Kamara did not practice Wednesday. Trey Benson was limited on Wednesday. Chris Olave back, limited on Wednesday. Justice Hill will not play Week 13. Let's see how Keith Mitchell fares health-wise. Bucky Irving, foot, shoulder, practicing in full for Week 13. Expected to be eased back into action. Should be treated as a volatile running back too, and that's kind of what we've been saying, so hang tight on that one. Rashad Bateman removed from the injury report. Godwin, fibula, limited on Wednesday. Lamar Jackson, as I said, removed from the injury report. Fire him up, get him ready. Baker Mayfield, left shoulder, did not practice Wednesday, but we're taking that day by day with the Baker sprained AC joint. Great news we got back from the MRI. If anybody missed it, Baker's shoulder could have been better. News in a bad situation. And certainly if he can make it through week number 13 unscathed, then he's probably going to be a lot healthier the next week, and then he'll be near 100%, or itching toward it the next week. Aaron Rodgers' wrist did not practice on Wednesday. DK Metcalf ankle did not practice on Wednesday. Kyle Benungai knee fully practiced on Wednesday. Great for Kyle. Josh Allen right elbow is practicing in full. Joe Burrow activated from injured reserve. Brandon Ayuk will not have his return window opened. Josh Jacobs removed from the injury report, as I mentioned. That is all the news, essentially. We've pretty much gone over every single thing we possibly could. Max Brosmer, Kevin O'Connell said that he will get his first start and reps on Wednesday, first team reps on Wednesday. So McCarthy, J9, looking, in my opinion, trending toward not playing, but we'll have a little bit more information on that. But crazy amount of news today. Just a plethora of news, just a gauntlet of news. We've got a couple $20 super chats that need immediate attention. Carolina, thank you for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you greatly.
Alert, super chat.
And we've got Zach with the $20 super chat, immediate attention. We got a lot of super chats. I did not miss anybody's super chat. I haven't gone over them yet, but we have a bunch of them piled up. But Carolina and Zach go immediately to the front of the line, as do all $20 and above super chats. Burrow or Dart? I'm going Burrow. More weapons, better player right now. I mean, I like Dart, but I have Chase, Bucky, Benson, Neal. Who are you starting? we're going Burrow. And then for flex, would you use one of them or Alex Pierce? I'd probably say, I mean, of course, you're one of them over who? One of who? Let's see here. Of course you're playing Chase, so I don't really know what you mean. A Bucky, Benson, Neal? Of course I'm starting Bucky. If I'm talking about Neal or Bucky, we're going Bucky. You got to take that gamble. But I don't know if you meant like super flex, like do I use Dart, if is Dart involved? But of the players you listed, of course Chase is locked in. So I don't really know which one here. Also have Tucker for Bucky's cuff if he's out. And he won't be out. He'll definitely not be out. But the question will be, chat, do you play Bucky or Tucker? You know, Tucker might be a safer play. Bucky's a much higher risk, but is always going to be high upside whenever he's on the field. So, chat, at least 10 votes on would you play Tucker or would you play Bucky? Tucker or Bucky? Don't listen to this dude. Don't drop Benson or Marks. Benson has league-winning playoff. Listen to what, dude? Me, William, or are you talking to somebody else? Let me know, William. Worldwide, appreciate you dropping the 20. I don't know, Carolina, who we're talking about here. If you can clarify. We got Bucky. Waited this long. You're playing Bucky. Bucky if he's playing. Tucker. Bucky. Live or die on Bucky. Bucky. Play Bucky. Sit Tucker. I mean, Bucky's getting the vote. It's a tough call. Again, it's a high risk, high reward play. And again, William, let me know if you're talking about me. Somebody told Mad Dog to. Okay. Because I was like, I didn't say that. But I got you. Player Stud says, sad. Carolina says, Alec Pierce. No, I know Alec Pierce, but I mean, who you're saying play one of these guys over Alec Pierce, but you have Jamar Chase listed in that group. So I'm not sure if that's the group you're talking about. But I'm going to start Bucky over Benson or Neal. And would I play Bucky or Pierce? I'm going to play Bucky. Pierce is maybe safer, but I'm starting Bucky. Unless we get some weird update between now and, kickoff that something's going to change. And it could. Like, hey, Bucky's not only going to be kind of on a snap count, he might not play much at all. If we hear something like that, then we got to adjust over to Alec Pierce. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stay on top of it. Genty, Hendy, Judkins, Benson, Puka, London, Garrett Wilson, Shakir, Pearsall. Trying for a wide receiver since London went down, but the best I can get is Diggs or Pittman and Pitts for Judkins. Not good enough. Judkins deserves more. I don't mind Diggs. It's not like it's not. And Pittman's pretty good. It's not like you're that far off, but I don't think I'd do this. I think I'm keeping Judkins. I think Judkins can get you a much better player, and if not, I'd rather take my chances on the waiver wire and keep Judkins than get Pittman and he doesn't do anything and then you're pissed off you got rid of Judkins. But there's got to be somebody else you can get. There's got to be a Buka. There's got to be a wide receiver. Even like I don't want to say Ladd's even enough because the fair market value on Ladd is not equal to Judkins. Like you got to be smart about it. But I don't know if you can go get. I mean, it's kind of a volatile wide receiver space right now. It's almost like you got all the guys up here, and then you have a big break, and there's no good guys worthy of Judkins' value, to be honest. That's probably why you're struggling. I just don't think I'd give up Judkins here. And it's not like your running backs are so great that you can afford to do this, and you're sitting Judkins. He's one of your better running backs, so I definitely wouldn't do that. Worldwide says, tried my best to get rid of Bijan, to get Bijan Gibbs. Oh, to get Bijan Gibbs, okay. My best to get Bijan Gibbs. Everyone wanted 2 running backs plus Rice or something similar. Was willing to pay 2 running backs plus Addison or Garrett Wilson or Wandell. No taker. Start 4. Genty, Bucky, Rico, Judkins, Hendy, RJ, Buka. Probably going to go with no doubt about it in my mind. Rico, Hendy, Buka. And then chat, can I get a vote on Genty, Judkins? So you're gonna go Rico, Hendy, Buka. Chat, please vote 1. Genty, Bucky, Judkins, Harvey. Genty, Bucky, Judkins, Harvey. Please vote. Pick 1. Genty, Judkins, Bucky, Harvey. 1, please. I need at least 12, 15 votes on this one because there's so many names there. So, Genty, Judkins, Bucky, Harvey. And worldwide, I would go with the consensus because it is literally a dice roll. So let's get as many groupthink votes as we can get to help guide you. It looks like Hendy's already in there. 5692. I don't think you listened to the question. Harvey, Genty, Hendy, Harvey. I kind of agree. Harvey's gonna have a good day. It's a great matchup for Harvey. I know we're sitting here going, oh, are they just going to screw Harvey again? But the matchup is freaking amazing. I mean, look what Gibbs did. This is a great matchup for Harvey. I'm probably going to agree with the chat on this one. Stop Neil for Sean Tucker. You mean drop him? I would take Sean Tucker. Not even a hesitation. December 1 headline, SpaceX Super Hendy launch success. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. 3i Hendy will be in the view of every telescope known to man tomorrow or this Sunday. Drop Neil for Dylan Sampson. Yes, I'd probably take Dylan Sampson right now. Seems like they want to use him a little bit, but I don't know. Neil's banged up, so we'll see what happens with Neil. But I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't say I'd do that. I would say I'd think about it. I don't know. Neil, Samson's not guaranteed anything, but they like what they saw. They're probably going to throw him a little more. I mean, there's a big play. That was a Shedeur Sanders game-changing play, and he seems to clearly love throwing to his running back, so that's pretty good. Rumble will be on Rumble tonight. Franklin or Harvey rest of season. Harvey, not even a hesitation at all, bro. Start 3, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, BTJ. BTJ, you don't even know BTJ exists anymore, bro. I mean, so there you go. I mean, you can't run. You don't know. Even if BTJ was to play, you don't even know what's going on. They don't tell us anything. We have no updates whatsoever. He's the riskiest play. That's the easiest question all day. Drop Christian Watson for Dylan Sampson. I'd probably say no in that situation, but I like Dylan Sampson. I've always liked Dylan Sampson, so I'm intrigued by picking him up. Parker Washington or Jaden Higgins. I'd probably go P-Wash, but close. And PPR, BTJ returning, and Strange gets targets. Strange is you don't know what BTJ is doing. You really don't know what BTJ is doing. You have no clue about BTJ right now. So we need more information before I can lock anything in. If BTJ returns, then Parker Washington's value goes down. Does it go down past Jaden Higgins? Maybe still doesn't. They're still probably going to use him. I don't know that it even affects anything, to be honest. It might just make it easier for him to get open. Brent Tana, appreciate your blank super chat. Make sure you include the message with the super chat because I will not see an additional message lingering there somewhere. 0.5 PPR, Keenan, Worthy, or Mooney. I would probably say Worthy. Worthy's off the report, so let's do it live. Rico, Hendy, Bucky, or Manungai. I mean, that's an interesting way to spell Manungai. Or Egbuka need to. Or Egbuka. What are we doing? Come on, man. I swear I think it's other shows, and Egbuka's not a good player anymore. He doesn't have explosives. I think we now have to regulate Buka to a flex or maybe a fourth wide receiver. And then what happens when he has 100 yards and a touchdown? Is he back to being a wide receiver 1? Does he bypass wide receiver 3 and bypass wide receiver 2? The answer is Buka, please. And then if we can play another player, I mean, Rico Buka would be close, but this other nonsense, like we're not considering Manungai versus Buka or Rico versus Buka or Hendy versus Buka. If you're only picking one of these, you should have made a trade. I don't know. If I'm ranking these, I'd probably say Hendy, Rico, Buka, Bucky, tier break, our little Manungai, who we love, Mount Manungai. But it's so far down there. But if I'm ranking these, I don't know if it's really just one option. Oh, you need two. I'm sorry. Need two. Hendy Rico or Hendy Buka. That's the question. Bucky even limited. You can't have Bucky in this conversation yet when you've got these options. Guys, please vote. Pick two. Rico, Hendy, Buka. Rico, Hendy, Buka. I probably lean... Probably lean the RBs, but I love Buka. Buka doesn't belong in a conversation about Minangai or Buka. That's why I freaked out on it. But it's certainly a tough call with the three players. That's for sure. Let's see what the chat says, what they cook up. Hendy Rico. It looks like Hendy Rico's winning the vote, my boy. And I agree with that, but Buka's hard to sit. I don't know how you could sit Buka. Who else are you playing? Like, my question is, you're going to tell me, no, I'm playing these guys, and I want Buka in your wide receiver. I mean, how's Buka not your wide receiver 2 spot? Struggling in life right now. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Adam. Adam, you listen to me right now, Adam. Bring it in close, Adam. I don't want it. I want you to say the hell with whatever you're struggling with, my boy. Not only do you got family here, not only are we here for you, not only am I here every single day for you, except for Thanksgiving Day and Christmas, but I'm there that evening, okay? So I'm not far away. But not only that, but bro, you can do whatever you want in this situation you're struggling with. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's something that takes a little time. But let me tell you something. There's 2 ways you can take this, bro. You can have your head down and miss the opportunities that might pass you by that you could grab a hold of that turn everything around. Whether it's financial, turns you into a freaking monster, or whether it's getting that new job or finding that new girl or whatever it is, you can keep your head down and miss it, or you can keep your head up, bro. And the hardest workers, the person looking for the most things, they're going to find the most things and find the best opportunity. So I understand you're going to need a little time, but after it's over, don't dilly-dally, bro. Lift your head and go grab it. The world is yours.
Let him cook.
Far too many things in life are head down, poor me, and I'm not saying that of you. I'm just telling you, you go get it, bro. You go get it. You don't wait for it. You keep your head down. It's gonna pass you right by, and you're gonna watch later in life if you ever get a replay going, bro. Did you see this going by? Grab it. Adam, thank you. Let's see here, and we've all been there too, man. And I think we'll tell ourselves whenever we've drug our feet on something, we wasted time. Play Burrow or maybe this week. I think you mean May. I think I'd probably go, chat, May or Burrow? Burrow or May? May or Burrow? Burrow or May? Please vote. Yeah, Adam, stay strong, bro. We got you. I hope it resonates with him because it's the truest thing in the world, bro. The hardest worker is the luckiest. The person digging around looking the most is going to find the most. It's just the way it is. Would you trade Zay and Christian Watson for McConkey? I think I would. Absolutely. Thank you. Start 1, Darnold, Purdy, Lawrence, Brissett. Probably going to go Darnold for safety, Brissett, high risk, high reward. Start Brissett versus Tampa or Knicks versus Washington or Burrow. Probably, guys, are we doing Knicks? Thank you, Adam. We doing Knicks or we doing Burrow or we doing Brissett? Can I get 10 votes on that one? Knicks is a great matchup, bro. Fantastic matchup. Maybe Knicks is your safe play. I know it sounds crazy, but start Goddard, Loveland, or Strange. I go Strange. I know that's strange to say, but it is what it is. Start 4, Bijan, Chase Brown, Rico, Hendy, Harvey, Bucky. Let's go Bijan, Chase Brown, Rico, and probably Hendy. But, bro, you got a problem. You're going to get this wrong every single week, because I want Harvey in there so bad. But who do you sit, man? Who do you sit? Hendy or Harvey? It's between Hendy and Harvey, and I don't think the chat's going to say sit Hendy. So you're in trouble there. Every week you're in trouble. But it's a great problem to have, but it's a problem. Start RJ Harvey or Breece Hall. Guys, can we vote for Amanda on this one? RJ Harvey or Breece Hall? RJ Harvey's in for a big day, but Hall is definitely safer. But can I get at least 10 votes on the Harvey and Breece Hall, please? Harvey, Breece Hall, please vote. Knicks, Burrow ceiling. Yeah, Travis says that same situation. Harvey. Wow, Harvey's winning the vote. Harvey's your high. Amanda, if you're a dice roller, Harvey's the play. If you're safe, steady, calculated, calm, collective, don't overreact, just calm and collective person, then I think Breece is the steady Eddie for sure. But Harvey's the 2 points or 18 or 25 points. Keep Pollard or Rachaad White rest of season or Tootin. Pick two. Tootin and probably, I guess, Pollard, but definitely Tootin. He's still got win a league potential. Need to DJ Moore, Flowers, Mooney, Sutton, or Higgins. We're going to go DJ Moore, assuming he's healthy and good to go. And then it's probably going to be, for me, it's going to be Sutton. Thank you, Cap. Appreciate you. Full PPR. Start Terry versus Denver or Yoshi Voss. I'm going to go Yoshi this week. He should get a lot of work. Smitty, bench one. Woody, Genty, Buka, or Pickens. You're not benching Pickens. What are we doing, bro? Putting Pickens. Shame on you. Shame on. You're not sitting Buka. You're not sitting Pickens. You're probably sitting Woody. It's Genty or Woody, and I'm not sitting Genty off the big game and the coaching change, or the play calling change, which is going to really put him, I think, in a better position, a more consistent position. So I would sit Woody, even though I love Woody, but those other questions are not, those are not players in question, the other two. Bucky, Saquon, Buka, Michael Wilson, pick two. Because Saquon's got the groin, bro, and Bucky's limited, it's probably Buka and Michael Wilson. That's crazy to say. If you want to put Bucky in over Michael Wilson, I'm okay with it, but I'm probably not doing it. Chat, vote Michael Wilson or Bucky. Michael Wilson's been balling, bro. And I don't know that it's going to change, even if MHJ played. Full PPR, start Dak, Jones, or Burrow. We're probably going to go with Burrow. Dak's got a tough matchup. Jones is banged up, but still going to play. But Burrow. Have Lamb at wide receiver, doesn't matter. For Stack doesn't matter. Stack doesn't give you more points in redraft. Have Lamb. Okay, also flex Lad, Tet, K9, or Swift. Probably going to have to roll with Tet here, but I do very much like Lad, but not probably over Tet. Tet's got a tough situation, you could say, but still delivering and doing well. So Tet is probably the guy. Have Achane, Dowdle, Lamb, and Adam starting. Your team's fantastic, Aaron. Do it live. Don't even hesitate on the QB thing, in my opinion, but trust your gut, of course. Of course. Brandon, appreciate you with the super here. Trade D. Henry for Nico. I probably would take Nico. Have it, Buka, Ted, Golden, Diggs, wide receivers, running backs, Gibbs, Henry, Hendy, Benson. Yeah, Benson coming back, you should be in good shape. Hampton coming back, you're in good shape. Definitely make that trade. That's an easy trade for your specific situation. Where it get complicated is if you didn't need the wide receiver, but it's just a better trade, and I still would almost want to do it. Need a wide receiver. Drop Benson for Michael Wilson. I'd take Michael Wilson over Benson if I needed a wide receiver, and everything's on the line. But is there another player you could drop? I mean, I'd rather you not drop Benson. You're giving your opponent Benson. You got to look at it that way. So I'm going to say no, don't drop Benson, but I do want Michael Wilson if you're in dire straits. Now, you've got JJ and JSN. That's pretty damn good. You got Dowdle, JT, Harvey. That's awesome. I would say try and look for a different drop, but this makes sense if that has to go into your wide receiver 3 and you got no other good options. It is what it is. But I would drop my kicker unless you have the best kicker in the league and buy time. But I don't know. It's not a bad move. It's just not one I want to do. Benson, I mean, who knows what Benson's going to be, but this looks like a team I'm going into the playoffs with. Mahomes, JSM, Buka, Nico, love it. Rome, Kyron, Henry, Harvey, love it. Your dilemma is going to be Harvey, Henry right now. Don't hesitate on Kyron right now. Keep starting Kyron. But yeah, I love the team. I think it's really, really good. I think if Harvey steps up, you're golden, bro. Harvey steps up to the point where you don't even want to start Henry at all, or if you can play both of them for whatever reason. Burrow, Dart, Caleb. Burrow for me. Caleb is bad, but he's been QB 8 overall. Well, he is, because last week was a great affair, but this week is not going to be quite as lucrative for him. But, I mean, we'll see. But Burrow is a better quarterback anyway. So, even, Burrow I expect to be better than QB 8. So, Whole league is tied with me at 6-6, and Dart Burrow fresh off injury feels risky. Well, trust your gut, but let's go ahead and ask the chat, and then you can let the chat vote help you versus me if you believe I'm biased toward Caleb, which I think is what you're trying to say. You're asking me the question, you're trying to qualify it for me. Like, Smitty, let me shape this for you. Let me explain to you what's going on. I know what Caleb is, bro. I do this for a living, but I understand. You think I'm biased with it. Connor, I'm not mad at you for it. I know the constant negativity on Caleb feels like it's biased, but it's not. It's just fact. It's just truth. I was right about him all last year, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to still survive. He'll still have QB 8 games for sure. That can happen. He could be QB 5 next week. But this is still Ben Johnson, his doing. It's Caleb trying to fit in the system for sure. But Burrow's the guy I want out there myself. Chat, Burrow or Caleb or Dart. Please vote on who you would start this week. Burrow, Caleb, Dart, assuming Dart plays. Let's vote for Connor. Connor, I'm not offended. I'm just telling you. I know it seems like it's a bias, but it's not. PPR already started Kyron and Chase Brown. Who do I flex? Rico, Neil, Franklin, or JMO? Who do you think, James? Who do you think I'm going to say? The boy I keep talking about over and over and over, the golden boy Rico, Uncle Rico, Rico revenge game. What we started to talk about the whole entire show based around Rico revenge game. This emoji, tell them people, drop the Rico emoji, drop the Rico emoji part 2, drop both of them at the same time. Let Rico cook.
Let him cook.
All right. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. This one from Rag. Rag says, you think Worthy could come through? I think he could. I think he could have a big day. This is a great matchup. I'm considering Worthy as my wide receiver 2 or 3 this week. Absolutely. It depends on the option, but I think Worthy's a fine play. Taken off the injury report, always explosive. This could be that game. Gibbs, Hendy, Judkins, Hunt, Tootin, Rice, Buka, Michael Wilson, Higgins, Fannin, Gadsden, Strange. Would you trade Rico and Gadsden for Puka? I would definitely take Puka, even though, and I'm a big Rico person. Start JMO, Worthy, Hampton. If I'm I don't know if you're asking me to pick one because you didn't really say here, but if you're saying pick one, we don't know on Hampton. Yeah, so we're probably right now I'm leaning Worthy, but if we get really good news on Hampton, not just he's trending toward maybe seeing if he can go, we don't know if there'll be limitations. But definitely take that trade. Puka's worth it. This coming from one of the biggest Rico supporters right now. Doesn't matter. Puka. Do it live. Pick 3. Hendy, Harvey, Rico, Genti, Javante. Hendy, Rico, Harvey. Final answer from me. But damn, that's close. Flex options this week are Bucky, Michael Wilson, Tyler Warren, Ladd, Sutton, Harvey. I'm going to go Harvey. Would appreciate the advice. Guys, vote on this one. Bucky, Michael Wilson, Tyler Warren, Ladd, Sutton, or Harvey. I'll leave this up here. Please vote on this. I'm going to go Harvey. Final answer for me. Antonio, appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you very much. I need of a QB. I got Purdy and Lawrence. My waiver wire, Stroud, Mayfield, Ward, Taylor, Tyrod Taylor, Cousins, and Sanders. Who's the best option? The best option by far is Baker, but he's banged up. I'd probably take him, and you can play this out, I believe, and you should know enough information to be able to make a decision. But Baker is by far the best option. I don't know that I love any of those other options, so I'm going to say Baker and just hope he plays. But you should have enough information, I think, at the time. Have Chase, Rice, J.J. Hall, Judkins, ETN, and Benson. Should I trade my ETN for Nico? Absolutely. ETN's been really, really clutch lately, but that is a fantastic move. You got enough running backs to make that happen. And then happy Thanksgiving, Smitty. So excited to get Bucky back this week. I hope he does enough. I hope you're not going to be extremely disappointed, Joe, and write him off if he goes out there and gets 8 carries and has 20 yards. We can't guarantee anything. We might know more information tomorrow, but fighting for the last playoff spot, flex 1, Franklin Dobbs or Moore. Probably DJ Moore. If DJ Moore looks banged up at all going into the decision-making, the final locking in of the roster, you go Franklin, I suppose. I think Franklin's okay as long as he's healthy. And I don't know what the chat voted here. I'm going Harvey, but the chat may or may not agree with me. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna play 2 scenes right here while I head to the front door. There's a package here. Let's go ahead and what scenes do we want to play? How about Achan and actually, you know what?
Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Time he touches the football, baby. Taking it to the house every time he touches the football, baby. Other shows they said do not draft him. Warren Williams said he was small. Your mama won't be making you meatloaf because you got no house call.
Minnie Smitty loves that song. She came running in. I think we got a couple other supers here. This is like that one CNN interview back in the day where his kids came in and he was trying to do an interview and mother came in and had to drag them all out one by one. Mahalo, Smitty. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you. Smitty the Standard. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. If Teddy Bridgewater starts, do I play Buka or Woody? I mean, I'm not going to say this is take a lap material necessarily. But I'm not sitting Buka. There's nothing that's concerning me that I'm running away and I'm giving up on him. And then he goes and has 150 yards and a touch. And then what? I shouldn't have given up on him. Like he's maybe in a rookie wall. We'll have to see. Plus, Teddy was throwing to him. I mean, he had 2 catches for 0 yards. Teddy comes in, struggled a little bit, but then threw a 30-plus yard reception to him and made him the leading receiver on the game on the Bucs side of the ball. Do you like Diggs or Michael Wilson this week? I think I go Michael Wilson rest of season. Maybe Diggs rest of season, but I don't know. I just feel like Michael Wilson's the real deal. We liked him a lot heading into the drafting of MHJ. People forget that he was on a lot of radars. Sit Buka or Adams. Neither. How do you sit in one of these guys? These are both top. Walking into like the last 2 or 3 weeks, they're both top 7 players. How do you have 2 other players that are at that level or higher? I just don't understand. Like, who are you really playing? Your other wide receivers are Rice and JSN. How? What kind of grandma league is this, TS? You're not sitting JSN or Rice. You're right. I don't know what you did here. I don't know what grandma you took advantage of. You raised her eyelids at the nursing home, unlocked her phone, accepted the trade. She took a nap. Doesn't even know that Rice is off the roster. I'm not sitting Adams. Right now, Buka's slumping. Adams isn't. So it's Adams. But goodness gracious, this could be one of those things where you're pulling your hair out every game trying to figure this out. That's insane, bro. Jeez. I'm not sitting Rice. No way. Smitty, my man, I have Jacobs, Walker, Jalen Warren, Bucky torn between who to start and who to flex. JJ is my other flex. I have Jacobs and Walker and Jalen Warren and Bucky. You going Jacobs. Jacobs, Walker, Jalen Warren, Bucky torn between who to start and who to flex. Okay, so Jacobs and then probably chat Bucky, Walker, Jalen Warren, pick one. Walker, Warren, Bucky, pick one. Walker, Warren, Jalen Warren, Bucky, please pick one. Let's see what the chat votes, bro. I lean toward the glute master Walker, I think. He's got the injured glute, but I don't know, bro. But Bucky's I don't know. Screw it, Bucky. The chat agrees, Bucky. You gotta remember, a lot of us are saying this. There might be some bias involved in this Bucky answer tonight. You gotta know that. You gotta know people are hoping, willing it to happen. There could be a lot of disappointed Donnies in the live stream that want to write off Bucky. It's not even his fault. We're being told he's gonna be limited. But I probably would still go Bucky. Yost, Smitty, 5-7, 10-man, full PPR. Daniel Jones, Lamb, Buka, Debo, Bucky, Hendy, Warren, Rico. Benches, Harvey. I love to get Harvey in the lineup, bro. Benson, start Rico or Harvey. Part of me wants to start Rico and Harvey, and then maybe you do sit Bucky. Like, Rico and Harvey are better than probably Bucky limited. Ben, that's what's going to be my answer. I don't know that I'm going to be right. I'm telling you that up front, bro. I'm telling you how sketchy it is. We don't know. We're being told he'd be limited, but is anybody going to be shocked that we're lied to about how limited he'd be? I mean, have we not learned anything? This is a complete bizarro land. Someone says this, we say that. If it's up, it's down. If it's left, it's right. You can't sit a Buka or Adams. I know. I don't know what to tell people when they call in or super chat in, that kind of thing. I don't know what to say. OC's grandma said to pass on 1st and goal. I know, but you're talking about the Rico situation, bro. Damn, man. Ridiculous, man. Hey, Rico's foaming at the mouth. He's got football rabies in the backfield, and he's turning into a walker. And they're like, do you think you could get in the end zone? He's like, ugh. He's ready to go in. And they're like, let's just throw it. We could run it with the Wolverine back here 4 straight times if we want, but let's just throw a pick. I think we'll just throw it into the end zone with Bryce Young. Seems good. Seems like a logical move. It's like one of the dumbest things anybody's ever seen. Rico, I mean, I don't blame Rico for dropping this emoji. You've got 4 times to run the ball with Uncle, and you don't do it. Drop the Rico emojis, both of them. At least 30 seconds of Rico emojis. Let it rain. Yeah, as far as Harvey, Hendy, and Bucky, I think Hendy's an easy call. I think Harvey and Bucky is a tough call. I lean Harvey because the volume should be there, but might Harvey get the same workload as Bucky limited? Maybe. We don't know, but I think I go Harvey. The matchup is glorious for Harvey. Give me Hendy and Harvey over Bucky. Give me Rico over Bucky. I know there's some risk there. There's risk all around. It is what it is. Tucker is a little bit safer than Bucky. Bucky's higher risk, higher reward if you got both those bad boys. Yeah, you remember the oh, I've got this just coming in. I can't tell anybody. Secret. I'll tell you off air, but there's some big news about Bucky. It will reveal itself soon, and man, when you find out, it is big. You might want to get rid of. I don't think Bucky will play again. According to my sources, he's not playing again. Everyone that reported on that has lost credibility. Anybody that said I'm not at liberty to say, as if they had the same information that Florio had. Florio says it, and who else? Who was the other guy that said it? It was Florio and who was it? It was the former Buccaneer. Who was it? It was Florio and what's his face? I'm blanking out on who it was. both these, not Acho. Florio and who the hell was it? Why am I blanking out on who it was? Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber and Florio both playing cat and mouse. We've got information that Bucky may not play again this year. He's going through something, and once it's revealed, we can let it fly. We're not supposed to know about it, but we're going to tell you we have it. We'll talk about it off air because it's just too big. It's too big to describe and talk about it. It's embarrassing. Oh, he's playing? Never mind. What embarrassment. So many people lost credibility with that fake inside information, that fake nonsense. Smitty, these bits, you're the best stuff. I'm dying. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. Coach to the moon. All right, brief phone call sesh.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Down to the BentonPrint.com phone line. We're giving away a hoodie from Benton Print, a.k.a. the owners of the Attic.shop. I think we're going to give away this hoodie right here, this Godzilla versus King Kong. And we're also giving away a pair of blue light blocker glasses from our boys over at
the Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Rico and Rice are the Gunner Players of the Week. 15% off using code Smitty at Gunner.com. So go check out Gunner.com. Also, our Fuego Player of the Week was Hendy the previous week. Who's going to be the Fuego Player of the Week this week? This is back in the week he had 3 touchdowns. Hendy will be maybe the Player of the Week. This is a celebratory player. We don't predict this one. This is like a celebration. Go check out Fuego Stickers, fuegostickers.com using code Smitty as well. But the Gunner Player of the Week is a predictive one, not the celebratory one. And we believe that the celebratory...
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Luigi, you're going in a big fat timeout for pasting your question 7,000 times. And you think I'm going to answer something that is literally consuming my entire chat? So you're in timeout. I think Travis might already put you in timeout, as I tried to. I think Travis put you in timeout. I put you in timeout, and it puts you in double timeout. Travis and I were thinking the same thing. So now you're in a big timeout. I think it's 600 seconds, bro. Anyway, we didn't kick him, but you got to learn your lesson not to be coming in here and dropping your questions 7,000 times. You think I'm answering that big paragraph anyway? And on top of that, you post it 17 times in a row. All right. The phone lines haven't been open. I'm so sorry. Phone lines are open. Dial in. They're open now. Dial in. Where's my phone line button?
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Travis even answered him. Travis, you're live. Oh, hold on, Travis. I got to switch over. Mute yourself real quick, caller. I got to switch over something real quickly because we didn't have audio last time, so I had to switch something over, and I just need to fix it real quickly and go back to that. Okay, Travis, 1 second. Let me get this caller on here. Mute yourself, caller. I'll be right with you. Please hit mute and turn down any background noise. Travis, you're the only one that should be unmuted right now. Travis, you are live.
So just real quick, in the chat, Caleb saying something about his super chat. I think he said the trade is Rice and Gadsden, not Rico and Gadsden. See what he said.
Would you trade Rice and Gadsden for Puka? Oh, I'm sorry. I think so. I think I still do it. I like Puka a little more than Rice, but it's so close, bro. If you told me never mind, I'd be like, yeah, do it. You want to keep Rice? Yeah. It's very close, almost indifferent, almost forcing it. I mean, that's how Rice is a monster, bro. He's a straight up monster. But Puka's always hurt. Puka got hurt again in the game. Puka gets hurt every single game. Let me put these two callers on hold in 1 second. Paul, mute yourself, please. A lot of background noise, by the way. Please mute yourself. I'll be right with you, but definitely please hit mute. Okay, let me go over to this caller. Please mute yourself. I'll be right with you. Oh boy, you got to get rid of that background noise. But okay, let me go back to Travis. Travis only. Everybody else, please stay muted. Travis, you're live.
Yeah, just quick. I'll let you get to other people. So I'm a little more conservative with players. A lot of times I like to see, like a week of them being healthy.
I can
before I throw them right in. But yeah, I know. Yeah, but like if you're talking about a flex spot, like you said, you have to remember last year. Maybe you might have said it earlier. I don't know. Bucky wasn't even getting 50% of the snaps anyway. He was still doing what he was doing.
Yeah, flex spot.
Like 55%, 44%, all that. So.
Yeah, flex spot, it's an easy call. But if someone is talking about like, hey, I've got Hendy and Harvey on the bench already, and I'm starting, let's say, Kyron and JT or whatever. Then, yeah, I mean, you're talking about Harvey, great matchup, probably getting majority of all the work. Hendy probably going to get majority of the work again, as he did last week. And then you're talking about Bucky limited. So it just depends on what the option is. But if it's Harvey or Hendy, I'm going Harvey, then going Hendy, then Harvey, then Bucky. Or if Rico's involved, I'm going Rico, Hendy, kind of tied. Harvey next, and then Bucky. But anything else past that, yeah, it's like, are we starting Kenneth Walker, Bucky? I mean, Kenneth Walker's sharing work. Are we starting Sharps? He's sharing work. Which one's going to do it? Is it Warren or Gainwell? They're sharing work. So it's like, Bucky gets half the work or 10, 12 carries. Look what Gibbs did. How many carries did Gibbs have last week? 16? 15?
Something like that.
I think it was 15 carries for two. I'm not saying you expect that, but 15 carries for two, what was it, 216 or whatever the hell it was on the ground?
219, yeah.
219 on 15 totes. I mean,
2 weeks ago, 15 for 142, 17 for 136. Like, you see what these guys can do.
And Hendy, during his 250-plus touchdown run games, he had 14 carries that week, if I remember correctly. So, like, let's remember it's Bucky. He's hungry. He went talking to reporters saying he's so excited to be back. And he's like, man, I had the right support system when I was out. He's like, it was really hard, to not play ball. Like that's an amazing thing. And people turn it into like some like weakness, like he's struggling with mental health or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not saying that. But everybody painting this picture like he struggled so badly with mental health and all this when he was just bummed he wasn't playing and he took it hard. Like, that's great. I love that he wants to be on the field that bad. And people say they don't think he's going to play again because of this unknown situation. That's completely the opposite. Like Rondé Barber and Florio couldn't have been completely wrong. They were 180 degrees on the other side of the world. They were on the complete opposite side of this thing. They got it 100% wrong. They got it backwards. He was not likely to play again. He was rushing back. He couldn't get back fast enough, and it was most likely going to happen near immediately. It was just wild to me. Ridiculous. All right, real quick, one more thing, and then I'll put you on hold real quick and go to these other callers.
No, go to the other callers.
Tough situation, Sharps or Pierce. I'd probably go, I guess, Charbonnet here, but Pierce is not bad. I don't know. Maybe Pierce is safer. Sharps, Pierce. Chat vote. Sharps or Alec Pierce. Please vote. And then Kyren Williams, Bijan, Bucky, Hunt, Vidal, non-PPR pick 3. It's Bijan and it's going to be Kyren and Bucky here. Like those are the kind of options we're talking about, where it's like you gotta take Bucky in that spot, and then Sachs, appreciate you 5 and 6. Kelsey for JMO. I'm fine with that trade. You got Loveland. I think Loveland's pretty good. I like JMO still. People might be really mad at him, but I think he's going to bounce back big again this week. And he potentially could be hit and miss some weeks, but man, when he hits, he's 100 and a touch. People forget how quickly they were back on the JMO wagon. It wasn't even like they were on the wagon. They were like literally trying to conduct the train, acting like they were conducting the train. Now they're off after one game. If yes, Loveland, tight end, JMO is my flex, and no Kelsey and Watson, 3 wide receivers. Yeah, I like the trade. And Buka, Rice, JJ. The team is really good. Burrow, Hampton, Spear. I don't see any moves to make because you'd be selling low on some of these guys, and I don't really want to trade Rice. JJ, Buka, you're not selling them low. I'm going to say stand down on another trade unless you can get someone that just wants to buy Hampton or Jacob. I mean, you could throw Hampton, Brian Rott. You'd have no running back too. You could try and throw Hampton and Jacobs together for one huge monster, and play it risky at running back too. I've done that before, but. Like Brian Robinson Jr. gets some work, and then you're banking on that. But I don't know. It depends on the running back you got. But Hampton coming back is nice. Jacobs, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. I'd probably say stand down unless you can get just a special RB, like an H-hand special or RB or higher using Jacobs and Hampton. You know, or definitely that player or higher. Or you go get Rico.
What about Rico?
Yeah, but I would get Rico and a player. Rico and a player. You might even get like Rico and a Monty, or something. Rico and their running back that they don't, Pacheco, like something like that. I'd definitely be intrigued by that. All right, phone caller. Let's see here. 905, you're live. Everybody else mute if you could.
How's it going, Smitty? It's Sebastian.
What's up, Sebastian? What can I do for you?
I'm wondering, you said to call back about Javonte, Kyren, and Rico later this week, just so you'd have like more of an idea and
Javonte.
Going on.
Javonte, Kyren, and who?
And Javonte, Kyren, and Rico Dowdle.
Okay. I'm ranking them. Rico, Javonte.
I was thinking to bench Javonte, but he's been getting consistent volume. So.
All right, hold on one second. Mute yourself real quick. I'll be right with you, Ben. Thank you for.
All right.
All right. I don't know, bro. This is a tough one. Kyren's been getting the same volume, though, by the way. Like, everyone keeps saying Kyren's splitting time now. They're hearing that. People are saying it, so it's getting regurgitated. Nothing's really changed, bro. Like, Kyren just was scoring. He was scoring touchdowns. He was very efficient.
Yeah.
And he didn't have touchdowns, to go with his production this week. So everyone's saying he lessened his situation, got less. And it's not. It's the same. I mean, you look at his... let me pull it up. I'm almost positive I'm correct. Let me just see if I can pull the Kyren.
Yeah, him and Forum split drives, but he still gets same workload he's been getting. I'm pretty sure that's true,
it's nearly identical, and it's just because he doesn't.
And
get
he's got a good matchup.
14 carries, 12 carries, 12 carries, and back-to-back games. Now, he had 25 the game prior, but he had 12, 13, 14, 13 the games prior to that. Not unusual. And it's not unusual for them to lean on the run when Adams isn't scoring touchdown hand over fist more. Like when they need to run the ball, then Kyron's going to get the 15, 18, 20 carry games. But he scored a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown in back-to-back games heading into this past weekend. And he had 46 yards, no touchdowns. People freak out. But that said, Kyron and Javonte's tough. Javonte's a player that I think could easily bounce back into glory at any moment, and everyone's going to be back on the Javonte train. But he is touchdownless in 3 straight games. His yards per carry have been great. I mean, 5.5, 4.2, 4.3. I mean, I guess the 4.2 and 4.3 aren't great, but they're solid. And he's getting the carries. Last 3 games, 15, 20, 22. Not a lot of PPR work, though.
It's such a tough decision. It's make it or break it this week. If I lose, I'm out playoffs. So
I would say, let's get the chat to vote on it. Kyron Williams, I'm starting Rico. Kyron Williams or Javonte? Javonte's got a tough matchup against KC. Kyron's got the easy matchup, the cakewalk matchup against the Carolina Panthers, and they're down some defensive players. I'm going to say Kyron, bro. The matchup screams Kyron. I don't know that Javonte is going to be the greatest play. I'm not saying he's a bad play.
I'm most scared of Javonte, so I agree with that.
The chat is saying Kyron, but it's close. Kyron. So you haven't had one non-Kyron vote. Kyron again. So honestly, bro, if you miss this, the whole chat's missing it too. Like you can't feel bad about it.
No, I don't blame anyone. I'm asking for the advice, and I'll take the advice I get. I appreciate it.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate it.
If you watch the Cowboys games, the past 3 games, the Cowboys, they refuse to run inside the 5-yard line. It's crazy. So
yeah, I have CeeDee Lamb as well, so but he's been.
By the way,
I won't waste any of your guys' time. I appreciate it very much, guys.
I still don't see anybody but voting Kyron, like 20 votes practically. All right, later, bro. Appreciate you.
Let's do it, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
All right. Next caller is going to be 214. You're live.
Am I making any noise?
Just the words coming out of your mouth.
All right. Besides that,
you're good.
Okay. Awesome. Do you trust the Bucs offense with Baker hurt and just all the injuries in there? Can I trust Ibuka? What's his ceiling? What's his floor?
Define trust. Like, what other alternative are we talking about? Like, that's a vague question. Do I trust it? Is it as good as it was 5 weeks ago? No. But, Buka did catch a 30-yard pass from Teddy, so it seems like it's not the end of the world for Buka. But what is your alternative? If your alternative is Keenan Allen or some other wide receiver 4 that's playing well or something, no, I'm not sitting Buka. I mean, am I excited? Am I glad things are happening the way that they're happening? Hold on 1 second, bro. Let me just mute yourself real quickly, bro. I'll add you in a little bit. So who's your alternative, bro, versus Buka?
I mean, I'm thinking about trading them. Can I hold them, or is their value too valuable?
For what? For what? I need examples. No one's buying Buka right now.
Nico Collins.
You're not getting Nico Collins for Buka right now, but yes, I would do that. I would do that right now, and that's coming from a huge Buka fan. But you're not going to get that.
Do you add Bucky and Ibuka for Collins and a small piece?
I mean, adding Bucky's a lot, bro. You're talking about hey, would you take would you buy this for $20? I'm like, no. And you're like, what about 1,000? Would you buy it for 1,000? I mean, we're leaking quite a bit here, bro. I don't think you're getting rid of Buka deeply. I think you got to ride it out. I'm not saying that it's going to be all rose petals and white doves, but he does feel like he's still a monster, bro. And I don't unless you're trading for the one wide receiver that makes a lot of sense. Your phone definitely is having some echo, bro. Mute yourself real quickly while I'm talking. I don't know what you got going on there. St. Brown is definitely an intriguing player to try and go get, and maybe you add a little piece smaller than Bucky. but that's possible. Not easy to do, but possible. I don't know if there's any other Nico. You could try Nico. Don't not try the Nico trade just because I said that. If you get it, hats off to you, bro. We'll be excited. JJ's an intriguing player that has a lot of risk, but honestly, I think I'd rather Buka than JJ right now. I'd just say keep Buka, but try for Nico. Sure.
All right, thanks, me.
Yeah, if you got another one, let me know. Start Bucky Irving, Josh Downs, or Bucky Irving, Josh Downs, Gainwell, or Spears. Bucky. Gainwell. I like Gainwell looks good though. Like I'm tempted to say Gainwell because he looks so good, but he's sharing carries. Bucky sharing. Give me Bucky. I'm not going to wait all this time and not put Bucky in. Thank you for the super chat. And then this one here from Backfoot. Appreciate you, Smitty. We need an NCAA tournament style bracket of all your theme songs and let us vote. Interesting idea. I don't mind that, but stay tuned for more on the music front, my boy. All right, let me head over to this next caller, and then we'll clear the phone line out. Not taking any new callers. I know a few of you are trying to get in, but not answering any more calls right now. We'll be back tonight, though, to do more phone calls, but right now we're ending that. Plus, we'll go on Rumble to do the Rumble phone line show, probably. So, Jacob, I know you keep trying to call in, but I'm not answering any more calls right now, my boy. 480, you're live, Paul.
Smitty, I want to clear up my super chat. You made me take a lap. I got to explain myself.
Okay.
So I got Cook at one running back. I got another running back spot open, and I have a flex spot open. My receivers are Nico and Adams. So that left me with Dowdle, Hendy, Bucky, and then I put Manungai with great spelling, and then I forgot I had Buka too, so I threw a Buka in there late saying, or Buka. So it's kind of a last-minute ad.
I don't know.
So really, you're right.
What are we doing? Let me find your super chat. I'm not following. The story's wild.
You made me take a lap.
Yeah. What's your name, bro? What's your super chat? What's your YouTube name?
PLAB8.
Yeah.
Or no, FLS. My bad. It's FLS.
No, it's
FLS.
PLAD. It's PALB. I got it.
Oh, okay.
So Rico, Hendy, Bucky, or Manungai or Buka need to. Okay, so explain. So what did I get wrong here?
You gave me a lap.
Right.
So I had to call and revenge my lap just so I can clear myself.
So
off.
what's
so
the
or part? So bottom line, I need to start two. One at flex, one at running back.
Yeah. I think I picked up on. I picked up on that by the end of it, and I said I'd probably go Rico and Hendy. So I did end up answering that, but I just said when we're talking about Manungai, and then you're like or Buka. I'm just saying, like, what are we doing, bro? Rico, Hendy, Bucky, or Manungai, or Buka. Like, I think the lap is deserving. Like, you didn't even put Buka in the second category, and you didn't put them in the group of three that don't require
running back.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, Buka's getting dismissed here. If anybody else is reading this and not feeling like Buka's getting punched in the sack like Jennings, then tell me I'm wrong. But this is completely disrespectful to Buka. But I do think Buka could still sit. As I said, I'm kind of leaning Hendy and Rico, but I was just addressing.
I got you. Quick question: Jones or Darnold? Who do I go with?
Danny Dimes or Darnold?
Yeah.
Danny Dimes is banged up, but I think he'll be fine. Houston Texans are kind of a tough matchup, I'd say. Ziggy, show me the front door. Who the hell's at my front door?
Okay.
It's usually Miss Smitty when I'm doing that. Who the hell? Oh, it's Miss Smitty. Yeah, it's her. Ziggy off. Seattle at home versus the Vikings. That's a tough matchup too, though. Ziggy off. Because the Vikings blitz like crazy. That's a tough defense sometimes. Sometimes they aren't, sometimes they're. Majority of the time they are. I don't know.
I was just thinking JSN.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, you got JSN, it's different. You know, how do you
and what Houston just did to Allen.
Yeah, I'm a little more. I think the Vikings are more susceptible, especially matchup driven. And so you're right, as you said,
cool.
JSN's like, but
I think Darnold learned last year, throw to your best receiver, which he did with JJ. So maybe he learned
and Darnold has trash a couple times this year though. So I'm not saying I'm feeling like I bet my small toe on it or anything. I probably say Darnold.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot, man. Have a
I
good
appreciate
night.
you, man. All right. Let's see here. Next up on the phone line is Ben. You're live, pal.
Yo, Smitty. The second part of my super chat I sent was who do I drop for Benson when he comes off the IR? Alec Pierce. No worries. This is what I called. Pierce, Booty, Sean Tucker, or Fannin.
So Tucker, Booty, Pierce, and then who's the other one?
Fannin.
No, there was someone else. Pierce, Tucker,
Alec
Booty.
Pierce.
Okay, that's it. Tucker, Pierce, Fannin. Okay. I'm going to go, if I'm ranking.
I have Bucky.
Yeah, if I'm ranking Tucker, Pierce, Fannin, and Booty only, those four players, ranking them only, and you, especially because you have Bucky, I'm going to say Tucker's 1, Pierce is 2. I think Booty's interesting, but I think Pierce is still better. But I go Tucker if you have Bucky. That's easy.
Okay. And then would you trade Lamb and Bucky for Gibbs?
Woo! Lamb and Bucky for Gibbs. What would this do to your lineup? Like, who's going in your lineup if you trade Lamb and Bucky away? Who's going to go in your lineup that isn't going to be in your lineup currently if you keep Lamb and Bucky?
Either Alec Pierce going to take up wide receivers. I have 3 wide receivers. So Buka would be wide receiver 1, Debo wide receiver 2, and Pierce wide receiver 3.
So Pierce or Debo? Okay.
Either or.
Yeah. So the difference in the lineup is Gibbs and Pierce or Gibbs and Debo versus Lamb and Bucky.
Yeah.
Chat, what do you think? I mean, the way I look at it is this way. Gibbs is the number 1 player in fantasy right now. Lamb is amazing, undervalued, but in a slump. Bucky hasn't come back yet. We think he's going to go up, but right now he's not there. So you got to go get the number 1 player in fantasy. It makes sense to hesitate on it for a second, but at the end of the day, Pierce and Debo are so much closer to that Bucky side, you could say, than Lamb is to Gibbs right now. So Gibbs, final answer.
Okay.
You've just been.
All right, bro.
Later.
Later.
Oh yeah, thanks for bringing back that "Let 'Em Cook" song. I missed that song. Love it.
I'll send you on the way out with it. Thank you, pal.
Let him cook.
Two more callers. I got 781, but hang tight, stay muted for me. I got to go over to Ricky Turbo 417. You're live, Ricky.
Yo, Smitty, what's up, man? How are you?
Yo.
Smitty, I got two questions for you, bro. First one is, this week, are you starting Bucky or Woody on the flex?
Bucky or Woody? I may have answered this one a couple times, so forgive me if I'm switching or wavering when I didn't look like I was wavering earlier. I like Woody a lot, bro, but I think this is still one of those things where Woody's a great flex play, and Bucky's going to win a lot of flex calls for me. I think running back 2, I could see where we're like limited snap count. You know, Travis said this when he first jumped on the phone line. Limited snap count could still produce flex value easy. So in a flex spot, give me Bucky a lot of the time, unless somebody's got a flex option that's like Grandma League, esque. But I'd say Bucky. It's close, bro. I mean, I love Woody Marks. Would anybody go Woody Marks over Bucky? We love both of them. All right, next question, Ricky.
Next question is on Superflex. Are you trading CD and T-Law for Patrick?
For who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Patrick. Okay. I haven't heard him called Patrick in a while, so I'm like, Patrick who? Who CD and T-Law for Mahomey.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is a super flex, by the way, super flex. I think you got to go Mahomes. T-Law is not that good, bro. And the problem is if T-Law does go have a good game, there's almost no chance he has 3 straight good games. You know what I mean? Let alone 2. So you're relying on him in the playoffs, and he craps the bed for you. If CeeDee Lamb was on fire right now, if he's playing like JSN, it'd be different. You know, like I think if this was JSN in a super flex, I'd have more of a problem with this and go, oh my God, like what are we doing here? We probably have to go JSN, but he's not playing like JSN. Lamb's capable of being that good, but Lamb's not playing that way. Lamb's playing like this. So at this moment in time, I think I roll with the super flex Patrick Mahomes option, but you're not crazy to go either way.
Fair enough. All right, Smitty. Appreciate you. And do you go Buka or Genty? Depends on Baker.
Genty. But I still love Buka. Oh, no. Buka or Genty. Hold on. I'm sorry. I thought you said Bucky for some reason. My brain processed that wrong. Buka or Genty?
No.
Buka or Genty?
Yeah, just
hold on. Let me. Yeah, that might be different. I mean, Genty still feels a little bit. That's at LAC, right? Yeah, at LAC. So Genty at LAC or Buka at home versus the Cardinals. Oh man, Travis, what do you think on this one, Buka or Genty?
Who's Genty again? Sorry, what did you say?
Genty is on the road against the Chargers, afternoon game, and then you've got Buka at home morning game. Buka at home versus the Cardinals. So both Sunday.
I mean Genty, because I think now with the new offense, they're going to make sure he gets the ball. And he was more involved in the passing game again last week.
I'm tempted.
8 receptions.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say the same thing, but I think I'm going to lean Buka myself. But this is so close. I mean, you have us like wavering, getting 2 different answers.
One thing with Buka is, like, everyone assumes, Teddy Bridgewater, he looked awful. He did. But that's running Baker Mayfield's offense without a week of preparation.
Right.
They mentioned they run a different offense with Teddy. So.
Yeah, and not to mention he got a 30-yard reception from Teddy, and he got 2 catches for 0 yards from Baker. So let's, but I think if is it full PPR or half?
It's full.
Okay, then I'm gonna say Buka, but this is a close call. Right. I think you could get this wrong 5 times out of 10, though. I hope you know that.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not an easy call, bro. Maybe ask tomorrow or tonight. Maybe nothing's going to change. Chat, vote. Can we at least get like 10 votes? I think they have been voting. But can we get another fresh 10 votes right now? Buka or Genty or Buka? Put the emojis if you can, too. Just to really kind of solidify it. It's kind of like seeing one of those red stamp things on an envelope. It just really makes it official. There's emojis.
Easier to say.
Genty. Husseini said Genty. Buka, Genty. The Genties have it.
I will say that's a lot of bias off of the score from last week, though, too.
Yeah, and I know that everybody that had Genty's willing it to happen. That's part of when you do like a chat vote. Sometimes it's like, damn it. how accurate is it? Because I love our chat. Our chat is, I definitely trust our chat. But when you have all these people tied to having the player, and you know it's a very saturated player with the audience, you know, then it's like, you know, they say Genty, that everyone's going to say Genty together holding hands. Genty, okay. So I don't know. But, I mean, we're a big Buka people, too, so it's a tough one. I feel like it maybe I don't know. Maybe I'd say this, bro. Let me leave you with this. Genty is the safer play for sure, because he's gonna guarantee get volume. I think I can't say guarantee, but I really think this offensive coordinator change, you have to be an imbecile to say, okay, we got rid of our OC. You're the guy. Here are the keys to the lineup. And what did he do? Okay, rinse and repeat. No Genty, no Bowers. Like, how could that happen? It can't. Like, it's almost impossible, right? Right? No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're just that bad.
You're right. You're
so
right.
Genty's safer. Buka, because there's so many unknowns with him, with the quarterback situation. Even if Baker plays, he's playing hurt. That he's probably higher risk, higher reward. So if you need safety, then I guess go Genty. All right, later, bro.
All right, later.
All right, 781, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty? Appreciate you taking my call. I don't have a ton of time at work, and they're actually waiting on me to leave. But I wanted to ask you, between Hurts and Dart this week, who are you playing? I know Hurts had a good game last week, but Dart was a beast where he went down. I know he might not even play, but assuming he does play. And then if Devonta Smith misses the game, I mean, if you were going to play Hurts, would that change it to Dart?
I don't think so, because, I mean, Hurts is almost, even though we rip on Hurts a lot for being a bad passer, he's got so much touchdown opportunity while this tush push is still in play, and while, you know, but I just don't think you can sit Jalen Hurts. I mean, if Dart plays, he's playing in, you know, he's playing down players. He's in a risk to get injured again just because he's coming off of a concussion. So it's like you've got that threat of getting another one right away because he's so close to it. I know you passed the protocol. They just say you're ready to go. But the truth is you have brain damage. Whenever you have a concussion, you have brain damage. So there's so many. No, it's not even a joke. I'm serious. Like,
I know.
Actually consider brain damage concussion. And so
I wasn't.
No one knows. I'm not saying you're laughing at it, but I'm just saying I wasn't trying to suggest like that's what I think concussions are. That's what they are. And just because you pass the protocol doesn't mean your brain isn't in a susceptible state. And part of me believes, and we have so much limited concussion information, part of me believes the reason some players are more, get more concussions is because the protocol doesn't allow for the healing enough. And so you are more quicker to get a concussion. Every time you get a concussion, you're more susceptible to the next one than you were because of that concussion. So that means that if you have a concussion tomorrow, once you get healthy and everything, you are still more likely to get concussed for the rest of your life because you had that one. And so that's the way they work. And so coming off the first week, it's a concern. There's no way I'm sitting Hurts right now. Hurts is a must-start player. Even though we rip on his passing sometimes, he's a must-start player. I don't think he's even somebody you can consider. It's like if you had Burrow, it would be maybe different. But this is in Philly. This is the Chicago Bears, who are a good defense. They're playing well. But this is definitely going to be, I think, one of those situations where the Philly D is setting up the offense and the Bears D gets worn down. And I think it's going to be a Eagles affair.
Okay, I appreciate it, and I got to go in 10 seconds. So one last quick question: if Trey Benson's activated, are you still playing Kenneth Walker over him, non-PPR?
I'm going to say probably no, unless I hear something crazy, like he's getting a
no. As in you'd play Walker or Benson?
I'm playing Walker until somebody says not only is he playing, but Benson's getting a full workload. I hear something like that, then sure, but you're probably not going to hear that, so it's going to be Walker for now. So you need to have convincing information, not just always playing. All right.
Hurts and Walker. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
All right, later,
Talk to
bro.
you later.
I think I heard like people calling from in the background. They're like, "Can we get you to the front? The doors must be locked. Please report to the front, Steven." Bro's keeping the whole. If I'd have known he was waiting, he was the last caller, I would have moved him to the front real quick. Poor guy's been waiting on hold. All of his employees are sitting there waiting to go home, lock the doors. You could have just said, Smitty, the doors are getting locked, please. Appreciate you, my boy, for hanging on the phone line like that. All right, Travis. Anything else?
Just a couple quick ones. In Dynasty, do you prefer Pickens or London? Or does it kind of depend on if you're in contention this year?
In Dynasty, Pickens or London? It's going to be such a fun offseason. I would say Pickens. I love London, but we're now sitting on like one of those never-ending volatility states in Atlanta, where it's like, I don't know what the quarterback situation looks like. He's probably going to have multiple quarterbacks next year, either waiting on Penix Jr. to rise up and then get the job back, or they rotate to someone else, or Penix gets it and then he can't stay healthy again and they wrote. Like, I feel like London is a top 5 wide receiver. He played like it up until Penix's injuries. He was like tight end or wide receiver 5 or 6, I think. What's he rank right now? Like 7 or something like that. But I mean, George Pickens, he just looks unreal right now, and he looks polished. He looks so different, you know. And we've always said when he was a Moon Man, probably our second year doing Moon Man, Mars Man, I think, we said in the offseason that he is by far and away, talent-wise, a top 10, top 8 wide receiver in the league that is not getting that kind of production for you in Pittsburgh. He won't. He's a top 8 to 10 wide receiver that will never play like it in Pittsburgh. And he didn't. And so now that and we said that you could go back and watch it. We literally said he's probably one of the most, might even be top 5 in the league in talent. We said that over and over during that offseason. And so Pickens is the real deal. This is not just a flash in the pan, weird year. He is an elite player. And he learned a whole bunch of things this year and showcased a whole bunch of things we've never seen before, because we thought, how can he do anything? He's a quarterback that they just keep running him, on these deep routes, near the sideline. That's it. No crossing routes, nothing. His catch heat map, Rico, I'm gonna have to erase this. I'm sorry, my boy. This is the way that if you look at that heat map, it's such a perfect marriage, because here's the sidelines right here, and all of Pickens' work is like, pretend these are all catches, is all like that. And Lamb's were all like across the middle. And so it was a perfect marriage between these two receivers in this offense, because they did different things. But this is all Pickens was good for in Pittsburgh. Now Pickens is all over the place because he's running crossing routes. He's running drag routes. He's all over the field, post routes. He's not just working the sidelines like Pittsburgh. And we're finally seeing what he's capable of doing. And he's a marvel. Love him. But London's still that guy. He's still ranked. Let me see what he's ranking right now. I want to say he's like 7.
London is 7. 7 right now. Pickens is 2.
Yeah, but yeah, Pickens is outscoring him, so it's like, there you go. But London's still amazing. But give me Pickens all day.
Yeah, and I mean, London, like someone made a good point. It seems like London misses a couple games a year from injury, and with the QB thing, like, I mean, you would think, okay, well, Penix, they'll go with him next year, but like he said, and now seems like they could be questioning Penix and this and that, and it's like,
well, it might be a new staff, and the staff might say, I'm not doing this. Are you kidding me? This is why the other staff's gone. It's because of Penix, so we're bringing a new QB in. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Anything else, Travis?
Yeah, just real quick, what was, and I'll have to go back and watch it, what was the latest on Hampton? Like, because I know he has an ankle fracture.
Yeah, no, just that he's, you know, he talked about it. We found out it was a fracture, but it's, you know, he's out there, and we're just waiting upon, you know, what they're deciding to do. He's got to get doctor clearance, and he's probably got a lot of atrophy. And I imagine that it's the same thing as Bucky. If he gets out there, it's going to be limitations. I don't think anybody can expect him to be full go. So I think it's just going to be something to where he probably gets eased back in his first game. And will it be this week? We'll find out. I mean, right now, we have no information. We're just kind of beholden to the news that, unfortunately, with 6 teams playing 3 games tomorrow, you just got to make assumptions that he's not going to play, or if he played, it'd be so limited, you're fine him on the bench. But it's great news for next week.
Right. Okay. And I'll jump, but with JJ, where's the line of start and sit for him? Like, what receiver do you start to think about playing over JJ? Like, is it a matchup thing?
I mean, give me some examples, because it's hard to say. Like
this week, Worthy against Dallas.
Probably not. I mean, I'm admitting I could live to regret continuing to expect JJ to deliver, but I just couldn't sit him. Not over Worthy. I do like Worthy this week, but Worthy's as inconsistent. So it's like, it'd have to be somebody that's playing really well. You know, like Michael Wilson, for example. Like, would I start Michael Wilson over JJ? It's smart money's on Michael Wilson doing enough to be like, I don't think JJ can have 180 and 2 touchdowns. I don't think he can. I don't think he can have even 150 and a touchdown. He could have 90 and a touch. He could have 125 yards on 7 catches with no touchdowns. And Michael Wilson probably gets you in a bad scenario 5 or 6 less points. You know, and he has a little bit more upside to not. So, like, that could be one of the weird ones, but I don't know.
Waddle, Pittman.
No, I'm not. Yeah, there's nothing there screaming consistency to be like, let's sit JJ for him. I mean, what? Even JMO, I love JMO. JMO could outscore him, but JMO just dropped 0. So, like, none of those guys are pushing JJ to my bench. I could live and die by it, but whatever. All right.
Thanks, Smitty.
Later, Travis. All right. Phone lines are closed. Everybody will be back later. Let me read these off. Smitty, your help starting Jacobs, but do I start Javonte, Casey, or Bucky? Probably Javonte over Bucky because of the guaranteed workload. A tough choice. Bucky snap count. Yeah, I mean, if it was a different situation with the snap count, then. Wildcats, appreciate you. Can't believe I'm asking this, but Burrow or Brissett? You're not crazy to think this, but I'm going to go Burrow. Brissett has earned that question. Yeah, but he also played bad for a while and then came back and played well at the end of the game. But I would say Burrow. You know, remember, defenses are kind of getting more film on Brissett, just like Fitzpatrick would come in. And I'm not saying Brissett won't continue to play well, but Joshua Dobbs, like, there are quarterbacks that come in with no film. And even though there's film that exists on the guy, it's not like recent film. It's not anything anybody's looking at right now either. And then they start researching and they start watching film on him. And they start, especially film in that offense. Like, you can't go back and watch Joshua Dobbs film or Fitzpatrick film on another team and be like, this is going to help us tremendously. It might help. But, like, watching the offense with Brissett, the Cardinal offense with Brissett, you're going to start keying on more things. Give me Burrow. Also, Pitts, Juwan Johnson, or Loveland. I'd probably go Juwan Johnson for safety. Loveland, high risk, high reward. Juwan Johnson's been real steady. Bucky or Gainwell this week. I think I go Bucky because you're talking about both of them sharing carries. So give me the elite player. Play Worthy or Dowdle. Dowdle, not a question. Rams number 1. I get it, but they throw to Dowdle as well. But Worthy's a nice call. Rag, trust your gut, because, like, could Worthy outscore Dowdle? Absolutely. But I'm not sitting Dowdle personally. Do you like Dak versus the Chiefs or Stafford? Stafford. You can't sit Stafford. Smitty, can I call in or am I too late? Husseini, real quickly. real quickly, dial in. Harvey or Rome this week, rest of season non-PPR. Harvey or Rome this week. Harvey to the moon. But I like Rome. I always like Rome, but Rome's going to be inconsistent. Sports says Bucky and Buka for Bijan and Devontae or Jalen Warren. Bucky and Buka for Bijan. That's a tough one. Bucky and Buka for Bijan and Devontae or Jalen Warren. Give me Bijan and Devontae Smith. And I know Devontae's banged up, but in the 5 and 7 must win this week for the playoffs. Pick 2, flex Harvey, Buka, J-Mo. Harvey and Buka for me. I like J-Mo, but I'm not sitting Buka for J-Mo. And I love J-Mo. So there you go. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you. All right, Husseini, what can I do for you real quickly, pal?
Hey, Smitty. Just wanted to verify from yesterday, make sure you still agree with what we agreed on. So I'm going to just name the lineup and then the bench. So my starting is Burrow, Chase Brown, Genty, Pickens, Bryce, Warren, Ladd, and then my bench is Judkins, Harvey. So do we stick with that with Ladd, or do we go with, you think, Judkins or Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey's starting to climb into my must starts. So it's good you asked, like, smart man. Because you've probably been seeing me more and more Harvey talk the last, 48 hours. So you're probably like, wait a minute. So Burrow, Chase Brown, Genty, Pickens, Rice, Judkins. And then if we want to put Ladd or Harvey in, we got to take one of those guys out. Is that correct? Or is there another?
Yeah,
play? Am I missing a play?
It's between it's basically the flex is between Harvey, Judkins, Ladd.
Okay. Chat, can we get another vote? Ladd, Harvey, Judkins. Please vote at least 12 votes for Husseini. We need at least 12 votes. Let's look at Judkins real quickly. San Francisco feels like they're gonna play tough. It wouldn't be shocking if they shut down Judkins, and they can't pass. They don't pass to him. So part of me wants to put Judkins down for Harvey, but man, this didn't work out good last time. And in starting Judkins, and that was a 2 TD guy for me this past week. I loved Judkins last week. I said he'd have 2 TDs. He had 2 TDs. So that was good, and I do love Judkins a lot. But San Francisco is tough. Like right now, they're playing tough. You can't even look at their stats, really. You just got to say that this team is firing on all cylinders right now for the most part. And their defense is tough. Salah's doing awesome. I kind of want to say Harvey and Judkins swap them. I don't know. Chat, what's
I'm with you there, Smitty. My thing is between. I really like Harvey and I really like Ladd because they both have really good matchups, and Ladd's coming off a bye, and so he's playing Las Vegas, and so I think that Harvey last time, I think that he kind of just didn't have a good matchup against Kansas City, so I think he just kind of was dealt with bad cards. I think this time against Washington Commanders, they're a much worse team, so I feel like Harvey will really start to see a good amount of load work, in my opinion. And so for me, I agree with you. For me, it's between Harvey or Ladd. And right. I'm going to probably bench Judkins.
If we put Harvey in, this is how we did it last time, and it didn't end well. Because you got too many great options. That's the problem. It's not like we're missing. It's just you're going to miss. Let's do this. I'm going to lock Harvey in. I want to put Harvey into that running back spot. And then this flex spot is going to be between Genty, Judkins, and Ladd for me. So now I guess I'll ask the chat, pick one out of Ladd, Genty, Judkins. I think it's probably going to be Genty. But
yeah, I think so.
If the chat says Ladd, bro, maybe you go Ladd. If your gut, Husseini, trust your gut, man, because I'll tell you right now, nothing's worse than having your gut scream differently and you don't do it, I don't think you're going to be that mad at yourself if you get it wrong. They're all good. We're literally struggling to make the decision. So like, you're not going to be like, I should have it goes Lad, Genty, Lad, Judkins, Genty, Lad rested off the bye. Genty is going off, says Travis. Smitty still streaming. That's correct. Another Lad vote. I don't know, bro.
Last time Travis told both of us that he liked Chase Brown over Harvey, and he ended up being right
in that
so
one.
I think maybe I listened to him this time.
All right, so he's saying Genty. Real quickly, Travis, if we lock Genty in, are you going Harvey, Lad, or Judkins? If we're putting Genty back in locked, so Travis, vote on that one. All right, listen to the chat. Travis will be voting here. I play Harvey too. Okay, so Harvey and Genty. So it looks like Travis wants to lock this in with Genty.
Okay, that's what I have right now, so I'm going to keep it.
I do think the Niners are going to be tough for Judkins. I do believe Lad is a great start, but he is a great start for people that aren't in your situation. He's riskier for people in your situation. And Genty, I just can't see. I agree. I just can't see this new OC being like finally getting the keys to the offensive coordinator job, and he goes out and does the same thing. I just can't see it. I think he feed Genty like a monster, the monster that he is. But
I love Genty. That's why I drafted him with my second round, and all my friends made fun of me, but I took the gamble.
hopefully you can make fun of him down the stretch here. I don't know. All right, Hussein, appreciate you, bro. Later.
Thanks, see ya.
I don't know why anybody would laugh at that. His ADP was in the top 12. Like, that's crazy. All right, guys, appreciate you all. Thank you for the super chats. I think I got 2 more, and then we are out of here, and I'll be back for the Graveyard Show, which won't be in that much time. Chase Brown, Warren for Hendy and McBride. If that's Tyler Warren, you didn't specify Sizzle. I assume it is because of McBride. So Chase Brown and Tyler Warren for Hendy McBride. Give me Hendy McBride, but super close, bro. Super close. Really, really close. Like a waiver. You could ask me that tomorrow and I'd act like I hadn't seen it. I'd be like, I might say the other side. Pick 3. Let's sit Saquon with the groin. Final answer. It's just logical. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys all for the super chats. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the $20 hauler. Who dropped the $20 hauler? So we had Carolina, we had Zach, we had Worldwide, and Sachs dropping those. Appreciate that. And then the final super chat of the night will be back at midnight. I think we're going to go live on Rumble as well, so hang tight for that. We're going to try and squeeze in 2 more live streams, 1 on the Graveyard Show, 1 on Rumble. Hey, Smitty, half PPR in the flex, Gainwell, Jamison Williams, or Tet. Give me Tet for safety. JMO, high risk, high reward. But man, that's risking for the biscuit. Tet is probably the safe call. Jalen Warren, yeah, or pick up Franklin. No, I'd probably go Tet McMillan. He's playing well. Are you really going to be that upset at yourself if you start Tet McMillan and he doesn't deliver? He's been playing well. But I do really, really like JMO still, despite everybody hating him. Guys, I'll be back. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to get on over to the live chat Patreon. If this isn't enough for you, we've got 24/7, 365 live chat group over on Patreon. Hit this link. Do it live. Join the Patreon. $10 a month. Cancel anytime. It's an amazing community. Go check it out. I'll see you guys all at midnight Eastern. We're back, and then we'll go on Rumble. For those that aren't subscribed on Rumble, what is Rumble? Rumble is not. It's the second best video streaming platform, like YouTube. YouTube's still the best, but really, really enjoying building Rumble up. So please subscribe to Rumble. There's the link right there. Click that Rumble link. Do it live. I just dropped it. I'll pin the Rumble link on the way out the door. So make sure you click that Rumble link now and subscribe. You'll love Rumble. It's just more content. I have people complaining in my comments It literally is insane to me. Like people complaining, going, "Oh, you're going to Rumble, huh?" I guess they give you a big fat check. I'm like, you think Rumble doesn't know who I am? I'm streaming on Rumble just like I would stream on Twitter or Instagram as an extra place to put content. It's no different. But I want to dominate Rumble. I'm making a separate, its own standalone show on Rumble. It's not just multi-streaming. I'm doing a Rumble show. But the amount of people complaining about it is wild to me. Like, I'm doing an extra show now. You get another show. It's another show. I don't understand. Subscribe to Rumble. Link is pinned. See you all on the Graveyard Show, then the Rumble Show. Deuce.